Hello guys, welcome to another video in the trading journey. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the trades we've taken during the month of May. So let's start today's video. Alright, so we open trading view. I'm going to walk you through May, pretty much all the trades we've taken. I think this was the first trade we've taken, which was a buy on EU. As you guys know or may not know, I only trade one pair, which is Euro USD, and this is what I've been trading for the past few years. The idea is to perfect a pair, master it, becomes the best at it. Once you become the best at it, you can move on to another. That's why this year, last year, the year before it, I've been trading EU, only EU. So we've taken a buy on EU here. We took a loss, so here it was minus 1%. I'll write it here for you. So minus 1% there. I believe in this stage we're still trying to pass phase two with funded next. So that was a minus 1%. We took a sell setup here, which resulted to another minus 1%. So we are two losses in a row for May. Another trade comes in. This trade took forever because when we took it, it was a Friday. The market closed, then the market opened. As you can see, there is a gap there. So the market opened there, start playing around, almost took me out, almost hit my stop loss. Obviously, once I set up my stop loss and my TP, I don't touch anything. I don't move any prices. I just keep it the same. And that's what happened. Start playing with the emotions here a bit. Then I just left it alone. I just let it to do whatever it wants to do. So that basically resulted to a plus 3%. So now we are up. If it's a plus 3%, minus 2, we're up 1%. Then we take another trade here. So this trade is when I got funded. Most of you will ask me how, but you took a loss. Right. So throughout April, well, March, April, May, I was doing phase two. Phase two requires you to score a total of 8% in terms of percentage. Here, when I got to this trade, my TP was somewhere here. The reason being is that I only needed that much to pass the challenge. I do stick to my strategy. I do stick to my risk to reward. I do stick to my TP as well as my stop loss. However, if you are about to pass a challenge and you only need 0.2% or 0.3%, you're pretty much an idiot if you don't actually put your TP there. Otherwise, why are you gambling? Why are you risking not getting funded? So that's what happened. I got funded in this trade, hit TP here and pass phase two. This trade was the first trade after getting funded. So let's mark this as a minus one. So minus 1% there. I had another buy set up around there. So I took another loss, and that was the first loss in the challenge. So it was minus 1%. However, in the challenge, sorry, in the funded account, in the funded account, I've dropped the risk from 1% to 0.75%. The reason being is that since we got the account, our goal now is to protect it. Our goal is to keep it for long term, and our goal is to make sure we don't burn the account. So I dropped the risk from 1% to 0.75%. So I took a hit there of 0.75%. I would mark it as 1% because all my analysis, all my Excel sheets, all of them are 1% or 3% based on the TP. So we took one loss there. Then we move on. We took another loss here and another loss here. So that's minus 2%. All right. Then we move on. Then we secure a trade here. We entered around here. It was Friday as well. Market closed. Then guess what happened? Once the market opened, went straight to TP. It opened after the price that TP is sitting at. So once the market opened, my TP was done and dusted with. So that's 3%. The market is a bit rookie. It's a bit, you know, it's tough to trade now since Trump is doing it all. So Mr. President is making our life 10 times harder. I would say we made way more percentages with Biden. And I didn't like Biden, but we did make some percentages with Biden. We did sharpen the strategy. But with the new president, Trump is making the markets goes up and down, and it's very tough to trade these markets. However, it doesn't really matter. We just stick to the strategy. Right, we take another sell here, which resulted to a minus 1%. And now we're sitting here where we took another loss for, no, sorry, this is for June. That's for June. So let's see now what's happened in May. So as we said in May, we have a minus 1% there, a plus 3% there. That equals to 2% in gain. We lost the 2% here with the minus 2. We are break even. There's another minus 2% here. So we are minus 2 for the month. Then we get big trade, which gives us 3%. And we are only, and we are up 1%. Then we take a loss here. Then we are break even. Then we take a loss here and we are minus 1%. So we ended May with a total of minus 1%. And this is part of the reality of a trader. This is why I started the channel in the first reason, first stage, first day. This is the reason, man. The same as January, going from minus 6%, I believe 6.8% to 3.5 or 3.4%. And this is not a coincidence. This is the result of hard work and dedication. I'm not really worried about May. It's a minus 1%. It's fine. I'm not really bothered. I would be bothered if it's minus 1% for the whole year. But since I calculate my percentage annually, not monthly, not daily, not hourly, it's yearly, annually. And this is how you should look at it. If I am scoring between 20 to 25% per year, I'm not really bothered. And I will stick to that. Again, bigger capital equals bigger gain. You should focus on capital and you should focus on percentages. Without that, you're not really making it. And it's funny when you see so many influencers online telling people that they make 80% a day just trying to scam people. If you're making 80% a day, you should be the best trader in the history of the industry. You should be the best ever to exist. And that's not the case, is it? You're not the best. So there's a lot of people trying to scam there. I will tell you, if the biggest pop firms, not pop firms, if the biggest um, companies in the world making between, like, the hedge funds are making like 20% per year, but they sit in a big capital which is worth billions of dollars, millions of dollars. So that's why they care about percentages, and that's why you should care about percentages. If you take the big picture of a hedge fund making 20% a year, like, who are you to make 20% a day or a month? Like, why are you trying to achieve that? You're just gambling. These people been there, done that, and they existed in the game for years. In order for you to exist the same as them, you've got to mimic them. You've got to become them, and you've got to become the same. You just have to do what they've been doing, which is focusing on long term and a stable percentage. That's pretty much it. And this is what we're doing here. I am minus 1% for May. Not really bothered at all. We'll see what June has for us, and we'll see what July has for us, and we'll see what August has for us. So we still have another 3 months. So we don't have to rush. We don't have to tweak our strategy, and we can't let stress and pressure win us. Obviously, journaling the past 3 years on YouTube, it was easy because no one was watching but my family. It was no audience, it was no people watching me. But now, since we've got the Instagram page going, people are watching. So there's more stress on top of my shoulders. However, it doesn't really matter. The stress is my power. I really don't care. And I will still share my losses. I will still share my wins. I really don't care what people says, but I know the industry is absolutely rigged. So many people out there trying to tell you you can make a like what 20%, 30% a trade a day. That's not investment. That's not trading. That's gambling, and I'm definitely not gambling. If you go back to my previous videos. And yeah, guys, so May ended it negative. We'll see what's going to happen in June, July, and August. I usually stop trading at the end of August. The reason being is that the strategy doesn't perform its best, as well as I'm trying to have in the future September, October, November, and December holiday. So grafting all year to have a 4 months holiday every year. So that's the goal, and that's what I'm working towards. But I'll just end the video here. Thank you very much for watching me, and I will see you on the next one.